So, we have seen some great endings to television series throughout this year. From Big Bang's bittersweet finale to Friendship is Magic showcasing every pony and creature in a very good place after a battle of epic proportions, to of course the last moments of The Lion Guard, which concluded its run with its third season in November of 2019. Considering this is the end of an admittedly, in my opinion, far too short-lived era, and I've built my channel around this crazy little TV show about a talking lion with a super powerful roar trying to keep the harmony of his home in balance with the help of his friends, which include a hulking hippo, a talkative honey badger who don't care, an energetic yellow kitty, and a bird who sounds suspiciously like that kid from the ABC show that featured Deborah Barone. Among other assorted critters, I figured rather than doing a simple individual review of one single episode of this emotional last season, I'd do a bit of an overall look into my thoughts on the season as a whole and what I really loved about it, and also found rather intriguing. So welcome to my overview of The Lion Guard Season 3. Going into the plotline of this third season would take hours to get through, so for the sake of keeping this video not too long, here's the briefest of summaries for you. The Guard have been doing all that they possibly can in order to keep the Land of Pride safe from the flaming ghost of Simba's uncle Scar, who is gearing up his own army to take over said Pride lands and make it far more of a Death Valley. Kion and his team of animal brethren soon grow into teenagers as Scar's army readies another strategy with which to take over, which basically amounts to setting Pride Rock on fire. One of the enemies of the Pride Lands, Janja the hyena, takes notice of the factor that Scar, in a last-ditch effort to get rid of him and his hyena gang from his army, realizes he might be on the wrong team here, and informs the Pride Landers, including Kion's King Daddy Simba, about Scar's supposed weakness and how Kion can defeat Scar. This plan doesn't necessarily go as well as they may have thought, as Kion winds up getting bitten in the eye socket by a snake voiced by that guy from Alone in the Dark. However, he does manage to wipe out Scar through the power of rain, and the snake gets axed off by fire. And it seems the battle is over. There is a problem though. Not only does Kion have this eye scar that has a risk of causing Kion to become so irritable it may lead him down the same path that Scar went down when he was leader of the Guard and cause him to wipe out his own Guard buddies, but Ono's been blinded in the fight and can no longer call himself the Guard's eye in the sky, so to speak. What to do? Well, there's a place far outside the Pride Lands called the Tree of Life, which is where sick animals go to rest up and get back on their toes when they are involved in incidents such as these. So the rest of the season revolves around the Guard with help from Ono, who has been promoted from sightseer to smartest in the group, alongside former Tree of Life quote-unquote veteran Makini and Anga, the new keenest of sight member of the Guard, taking their journey to this Tree of Life, coming across new animals they've never encountered before, and also some not-so-nice animals they are all too familiar with, and seeing what occurs when they actually do get to the Tree of Life. A big factor in this season is Kion's character development, specifically how he deals with his anger issues and not turning into his much more villainous grandfather Scar. The venom-filled scar in his eye kind of acts like a take on the One Ring of Power from J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth stories. It causes a strain on its wearer, or in the case of Venom Scar, scratched victim, to the point where it has the risk of turning said victim into a shadow of their former self, basically. Thankfully, Kion has his friends around him who assist in keeping him as grounded as possible, even when he is at his most irritated and anger-filled. Also, Makini keeps Kion chilled out by having him at times throughout this journey chomping on two Lisa plants, which calm him down and keeps him from being too loud. Taylor, you've set a good example, even for animals. But what of the other characters? Well, Uli gets a little more leader-esque responsibilities in the wake of Kion having emotional troubles due to his injury. Bestie is as eager as ever to help his friends and is still as friendly as he ever was. Ono shows his smarts more prominently with his newfound knowledgeable role in the Guard. Bunga, while thinking Kion is on the verge of turning evil, does what he can with his methods of braveness in the face of danger. Makini shows a little more development as we learn more about her connection to the Tree of Life, and we see her parents, well, flashbacks of them anyway, and Anga uses her sight to the advantage of herself and her Guard member buddies. As for the new elements, well, as I mentioned, there is the fact that the Guard comes across critters they didn't encounter ever in the Land of Pride, both good ones and ones who aren't as kind-hearted. The addition of the Night Pride, a family of lions who are essentially the royal family of the Tree of Life, who after a bit of suspicions that the Guard aren't pure of heart, realize how wrong they are and do what they can to help them out and get them quickly to the tree so Kion and Ono can get the assistance they need to start healing. Well, hopefully. The main Tree of Life lion character, Ronnie, who is training to become queen someday and develops a bit of a sweet bond with Kion over time. Then there's Ascari, a member of the original Lion Guard Scar was part of, who teaches Kion how his roar can be even more powerful than he thinks. Nice to see lion ghosts are not all evil, eh? The feels are also very real with this season. Pardon the phrasing there. Episodes can deal with anything from Kion trying to make amends to a family of snow monkeys who lose their home due to him losing his temper in the accidental avalanche, to a more dire dramatic situation in Long Live the Queen, which, for the record, is so emotional they had to start the episode with an advisory statement asking kids to watch it with their parents. That's not something you see very often in a Disney Junior show, or really any Disney show for that matter. This is easily my favorite episode of the season, not only due to how well it deals with a very realistic real-world tragedy of loved ones passing on, but because it really goes to show just how seriously the show can take itself at times. Sure, at its core it's a series with talking animals and young animals at that, interacting with their wild environment and the creatures that inhabit it in their own way, but it can get pretty dramatic, and I think this episode really shows that, which is why I consider it a personal favorite of mine. In fact, I think this might be my favorite season of the show overall. While seasons 1 and 2 are good, season 3 managed to up the stakes and keep it just interesting enough to where I just couldn't get enough. It deals with themes of loss, emotional strife, love and understanding, and far more than I could bring up in a single video. Also, when it wraps up in the series finale, it's really satisfying where you see these characters ending up. Hakuna Matata, everyone. Overall, The Lion Guard as a whole I'd best describe as a series that could have, in the wrong hands, simply just been a cheap cash-in. But instead is a very thoughtful, fun, even if it is a bit silly at points, I will admit that, and just a pure all-around and true love letter to the Lion King that holds true to one of the original movie's core messages about how whether we're human or animal, deep down, we are all connected in a great circle of life, and in order to keep the world moving in a positive manner, we must respect the balance of this circle. And that's it. It's crazy to think I've made it this far talking about this series in video form. I've been reviewing this show for 3 years now. It's been a heck of a ride, and I'm glad to have taken it with all of you here with me. We've looked after the Pride Lands while staying strong and united. And no matter where we stand, we shall never be divided. All the lions in the sky, always keeping a watchful eye. Fierce, fast, and brave and strong. Look out. Here comes the Lion Guard. I'm the Bambi Man, reminding you to take care of yourselves, and thanks for joining me in the Pride Lands. Peace. Oh, hi. I don't know why I'm singing this intro. Well, guys, I can't sugarcoat it to you. I'm a Lion Guard fan.
You should hear the mighty rumbling of the jungle. You need to perceive the shaking of pride.
I couldn't help but overhear. You need directions?
Hello, Posh Zebra.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you.
Goodbye, Posh Zebra. And now we're getting animal head-hugging. Okay, guys, I'm not Clawhauser. You can't just easily win me over with adorableness. What you consider to be attempted animal eating is secretly playful symbolism, my pet. I mean, where else am I going to find those delicious blue-footed lombaxes this time of year? Don't look at me like that. Those are totally real animals. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to throw shade at your son. Atukute Amani Na Firaha Yamilele Katika Timbo Imbinguni Amina. I legitimately just watched a scene in a show taking place in the world of The Lion King where a young honey badger just did a dab.
It's too scary out there. Can't you just let us hide?
I take it this bunny is visiting from the old country, I guess. And I can't afford another roaring session. I just got my feathers spruced up. Surprisingly, Rafiki's baobab juice is quite the cosmetic on damaged feathers.
So go!
I think she means it, Janja.
She stepped off a rock. I think it's obvious she means business, boss. The most recent TV spin-off of The Lion King, or rather the TV movie pilot of that spin-off, The Lion Yard, Return of the Raw. Bless that kid's unbelievable heart. Cannot believe I just said that. Well, it looks like this croc is off his rock. Wait, how come the Pirate Rats from Reader Rabbit never got their own cartoon series? I'd watch the crap out of that, and I'm stalling. So let me see if I got this straight. You cause a stampede just to distract the security team while you munch on another target. Gentlemen? Brava! You know, I know this is kind of presumptuous to say, but when it comes to time concepts, these hyenas are pretty stupid. Until next time, I'm Brandon, the Bambi Man, saying take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you in the Pride Lands and the movies.